Hey guys, this little guy here is named Sam. He has some questions about a very important subject, so-called the security of the Internet of Things. Our first task is to explain him what this exactly means. What is IoT and why is it so important? IoT is a network of physical devices or items embedded with software and electronics so that the devices will be able to communicate with each other through the use of a network, which is in this case the Internet. They all collect data and can be used for various tasks, such as providing critical information, healthcare, and they could facilitate computer mediated strategies for the conducting businesses. That's very interesting. But what does this mean for us, the public? IoT can change our mundane activities, Sam. Did you ever heard about self-driving cars or refrigerators who are capable of sending you pictures of the content that's inside? Well, maybe you have. The IT business could have an annual impact of 3.9 trillion to 11.1 trillion worldwide by 2025. Now you would think, why won't we invest more in this? The answer is clear. The market is in its early stages, and if business leaders of the IoT do not overcome the uprising technological and market challenges, they probably won't get a lot of returns. Sam, now you know what IoT means and what it could become in the future. But do you know what probably would be the most major challenge of IoT? Yes, you guessed it correctly, the security. Let us answer the following questions about this security. Which companies can help overcome these security problems? What are the four major challenges in providing Internet of Things security? What's the difference between industry verticals like the automotive and mobile home? And what are the possible solutions to the security problem? Let's get to our first question. Which companies can help overcome security problems in the IoT? Well, hackers use the IoT devices as starting points for attacks directed against another target. To prevent this, semiconductor companies could play a very important role. They design the chips that can connect the IoT devices with each other. They are therefore obliged to develop solutions that strengthen IoT security. Still, they aren't investing. That's unbelievable, isn't it, Sam?
And why would this be? Well, there are four major challenges that may prevent them from capturing these opportunities. The first challenge are the gaps in the technical sophistication. A system's most vulnerable point determines its overall security level, so a comprehensive end-to-end approach is required to secure it. The second security challenge contains the absent or immature standards. This lack of standards may slow IoT adoption down or discourage device manufacturers and others from developing new technological solutions. Therefore, IoT players will have difficulty demanding these end-to-end security solutions. The third challenge talks about the fact that customers and end users view IoT security as a commodity. There is a fundamental disconnect between the desire for security and the willingness to pay for it, which could hinder technology progress and inhibit the growth of many IoT applications. The only solution here would be to change the customer's mindset. The last challenge tells us that semiconductor companies struggle to profit from security. The market incentive to secure IoT devices is insufficient, and the potential profits may not be proportional with the effort required. The companies have been disappointed with their returns, so an increased governmental regulation is necessary to make the Internet of Things secure.
These four challenges are the most common in general. Each sector will be aware of one of them, but they are more security challenges, of course, and these differ from sector to sector. Let's have a look at the ones of the three most important areas: the automotive, industrial, and smart homes and buildings sector. The automotive sector. Here, leaders are primarily concerned about how standards will evolve and who will set them. Because of the uncertainty, they are often reluctant to pay more for security features because they need to keep material costs of the car-based model constant. The solution here would be optional features. The industrials. Insufficient security technology in industrials often relates to the large variety of legacy systems in the field as well as the lack of standards. Operations here depend on older computer systems and dated machinery, so when connected to the internet, it is almost impossible to maintain end-to-end security. A completely ring-fenced network or redundant sensor networks are possible solutions. Smart homes and buildings. They formed a major growth in IoT applications, which of course increased security issues. The segment of the smart buildings is still in its infancy. Many players are still developing applications and associated security solutions. While the smart homes already developed quite well, they do not prioritize privacy issues. It's not yet clear which companies will become dominant and will set standards.
So, now that we've had a look at the problems, let's see how we can fix them. The IoT and cybersecurity experts envision an IoT strategy that needs to be created by the semiconductor companies, involving three elements. The first element is promoting a tailored innovation. Companies should develop a toolkit of security offerings that allows them to customize their products. They need to develop a state-of-the-art security for the applications where top-of-the-notch security is a necessity, plus a just good enough security feature for the standard applications. This way, the customers less willing to pay a premium are still secured. Second, the development of a sharper value proposition for security would be good. With the IoT, the introduction of a security seal could increase awareness about the degree of protection that each device offers. Ratings from external sources might also help consumers to appreciate the importance of IoT security. And last but not least, expanding into new areas of technology stack will also be necessary. You may find opportunities within the middle layers of the technology stack. This is new ground for most semiconductor companies, and competition will be tough. So partnership and collaboration will probably be the preferred choice.
Now we've been only talking about the security issue of the IoT, which is indeed a major challenge, but it's not the only interesting topic to question. For example, these machines all tend to use a lot of power. What about the green aspect? Can these IoT companies make sure their ecological footprint is as small as possible? And what about the legal laws of IoT? The European Commission is currently still considering different options in order to ensure ownership of IoT data. This should all have been done already. So, we propose sensitization actions. These actions are necessary to make the customers more aware of all security threats. It will increase their willingness to pay for sound security programs.
To conclude, the Internet of Things has the potential to make our lives much simpler, especially the routine parts like food shopping, groceries, and calendars. But it would need to be easily controlled by each of us and secure to be truly useful. So please, everyone, secure your data.